Hey guys, it's Wilson, also known as Design by Will, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little different. But before the video starts, like, comment, and subscribe to support your boy. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of July, so let's make it happen. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this time. We're going to be designing a jewelry brand called Melia. Now, I wanted the name to be something simple like Cartier or Tiffany and Co. because they sound elegant and soft, and being that our target audience is going to be females, I thought Melia was a perfect name for this project. If you guys want to follow along, make sure to check out the new Oasis Planet pack that I've just dropped. It includes 60 new different asset icons that you guys can use for your logos. Commercial and personal use is available. Now, this project is a completely new concept to me because, as you guys know, I design merch for rappers and like urban, like hip hop brands, etc., etc. So going from that, a very male dominated industry, into luxury target audience female, was completely hard for me. So designing a logo took a little bit of time. Originally, I was gonna make a bunch of different logos and completely different ideas, but I kind of fell in love with the first one that I did. So I just ran with it because that's design, I guess. It's always looking at something. If you love it, keep going with it. If you don't like it, go back to the drawing board and start over. Now, I don't really do any sketches when I do projects for myself because I'm not showing anybody my process unless it's you guys, and you guys see me start from Illustrator and move towards Photoshop and maybe InDesign. But yeah, I didn't do any sketches whatsoever for this project. I literally just sat down and said, you know what? I want to design a jewelry brand to expand my portfolio and show people what I can really do. A question that's been brought up a lot is, why would you make a fake project? Why would you make a fake brand? Wouldn't you want to focus more time on finding a new client? And to that I say, how can you propose yourself to a client of a new audience or new demographic without any work to back up what you're saying? Sure, you can say, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that, but design is a very visual thing. So if you can't display the work that you can do, how can you go to a hiring partner or a customer and demand all this money without having any work to back yourself up? So I encourage everyone to make a spec project this week, and just spend your time doing a little project for a ideal customer that you would want, because if you can make a lot of spec projects, you can build your ideal customer, your ideal client, and maybe your ideal job that you want to get hired into. That's why I recommend everyone to do a spec project. I wanted to add a ring and say, like, have a saying of some sort for my company, and I said crafted with purity. Now see how that sounds beautiful? That is branding 101, crafted purity. After designing a logo, my mind automatically went to designing some posters or promotional material, which is wrong. My mind is so used to building the design and then doing promotional material because that's the industry I work in. Straight after designing, you go straight into the promotional material and sometimes merch and then publication. It's simple, one, two, three. But when you're doing branding for a whole company, there's a lot of stages that people don't really associate with design. So you have to understand the end user's goal, understand the person, what they're trying to portray, and also make sure it reaches all your target audience. You have to narrow it down, but also make it simple enough so people who are new to the environment can go to your brand first and be like, this is a good introduction. Originally, I was gonna make custom mockups for this whole project, like start to finish, bags, billboards, flyers, etc., etc. But then I realized how much time that would take initially, and I just went on Google and searched free mockups. Obviously, I'm not going to be using this for any commercial use. It's only going to be posted on my website to build my personal portfolio. I'm not going to be promoting it in any way, shape, or form outside of this YouTube project, obviously. But yeah, so I just went on Google and searched up free mockups and just went on with that rather than spending hours on making custom mockups, because I did try to make a custom mockup, as you guys can see, with this bag. But then I was like, I really don't want to do this. So I just went and searched for a shopping bag on freemockups.com or whatever the website was called. So that saved me a lot of time. For the colors, I wanted very earthy tones to reflect the idea of purity. And right from the source, I also used Adobe Color to get these colors that I wanted. I extracted them from a painting I found on Unsplash. Unsplash, if you want to sponsor me, sponsor the kid, man. I'm here, and I use your website on 100% of most of my projects at least once. when I was searching for images for this brand, I went to what's it called? Pinterest. I went to Pinterest to find some images. I love Pinterest, but sometimes you be looking at weird stuff for way too long. So I wanted to be in and out. So I found a couple of images, clicked on them, just kept clicking and clicking and clicking. You know how you fall into that loop when you just start clicking and then you end up on something completely different than what you originally started searching for on Pinterest? That was about to happen. I actually cut out like 15 minutes worth of Pinterest research to find the ideal look that I'm going for with my brand. Nowadays, when it comes to these female luxury women brands, it's all sort of the same, because most of the people go on Canva and then copy and paste the template that somebody made, which I don't knock. But if you guys really want to make your brand stand out, for instance, if you're a person wanting to start a jewelry brand, make sure to understand the fundamentals in what design looks like in your field. And if you want to stand out, try to be different. Like, there's a really cool brand going out right now. It's called Crafted London. And they've done really good in terms of marketing. It's a jewelry brand marketed at males, and they have a very niche target audience. It's males who go to the gym and want their jewelry to last, and they want to keep it on 24/7. Now, I don't have anything from Crafted, but their branding is very convincing. And there was times at 2 a.m. when I was gonna buy a fake gold chain for about $150. Mind you, it lasts, it's coded whatsoever. But yeah, there were times. So shout out to Crafted, because they've done really good branding in terms of their designs. And like I said, if anyone wants to ever start a jewelry brand, make sure to write it down, understand the niche, understand your target audience, just the basics of designing. And I could talk about this for hours on starting a process of design, getting information, finding your target audiences, make sure it appeals to the brief and appeals to the person who's coming to you with the design idea, and finally getting it to publication. After designing my packaging, I could now go back to designing my posters. I wanted to make these very simple and clean. I wanted to make the jewelry the focal point, but the trick was I had to make all the promotional material kind of flow, have the visual flow and look the same. So finding images that are the same was kind of tricky. I had to find the same flow and same look of colors. Now that's where Unsplash comes in handy, because I just clicked on the profile that took the photos and got a couple more photos that was sort of in that jewelry realm, and they already had the color profile on them, so I didn't have to do any editing whatsoever. So that was perfect for me. With this project, really, I wanted to just display a very feminine design. Now you can see how hard that is for me. I'm a black male with braids, sometimes dreads, listens to rap music. Occasionally, I listen to soft lo-fi music, because that is the best for studying. But yeah, this project was completely out of my realm. But it was really fun to do, mainly because it's something new, and as a designer, you have to always test the waters when designing stuff. This is how you build ideas. You test waters, and Malia was the perfect project for me to test my waters. I am studying design currently. I'm in my first year. I'm studying a bachelor in graphic design and visual communication, which is pretty sick. So far, I'm hating it, because most of the stuff that we're learning I already know, but I can't put it down as previous learning because I didn't learn it from a school. I learned it from here, YouTube. YouTube is one of the best places to learn design, and if I could recommend anyone into following their design career, start with YouTube. And make personal projects. Like, actually take your time, sit down for a couple of hours each day and design something, because that will tell you if you really love this or not. Because sometimes when you're in school, in design school, you look at these projects like they're making me color the same thing 5 times and making me explain why I chose this color over this color, when in reality everyone knows you just chose the color because it looks cool in your head, etc., etc. But yeah. Let's talk about the project. Did I like it? Did I not like it? Um, all in, I love the logo design. I love how that turned out, especially with the little icon of the star on top and that M with that unique swoosh going through the lettering. I think that matches the elegant look that I was going for and the branding that I was searching for. Other than that, I don't really like the colors that I picked. If I were to redo this design project, I would pick different colors. Not necessarily the colors do not work, they just don't appeal to me necessarily. When I was designing this, I put a time frame ahead of 5 hours. That's including all design work and editing this YouTube video. 5 hours, that was the time that I gave myself, and that was the time I could afford because I'm currently drowning in work, obviously. So yeah, I would change the colors. Also, I would spend some time, a little bit more time on the actual poster designs and the promotional work. Mainly because the posters are very rushed and I just copied and pasted the same elements moving forward each poster, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I just don't really like it. I wanted the posters to be kind of like me, kind of unique, but then it also does really reflect that elegant luxury look. So in terms of the brief, I think the posters match. Would I change them? Yes. Other than that, the project turned out pretty well. Pretty well. I would rate it a solid 7 out of 10. No, 6.5 out of 10. Mainly because I would make a lot of changes if I were to redo this project. But does it meet the brief that I had originally? Yes. Does it meet my target audience? Yes. Does it display the original context and the focal point, which is jewelry? Yes. It hits all those elements, but if I were to redesign this project, I would 100%. To basically finish off the project, I wanted to make a web page that you guys can come on my website and view. You can view it like a digital gallery, obviously. This is for my portfolio, and I haven't updated my portfolio in so long. So it was nice to do the project straight away and just import it straight to my website to build my portfolio. And yeah, so I used Chicken Space. Actually, not Chicken Space. You guys exactly know which program I use. Obviously, they don't sponsor the channel, so I can't shout them out because they sponsor a lot of designers and YouTubers, and obviously I don't want to fumble the bag. So if you guys want to sponsor me, you guys know who exactly you guys are. just reach out to my email. I'll be 100% phenomenal to work with you guys. If you like the design, let me know in the comments. If you didn't like the design, also let me know in the comments. Give me some suggestions of what you would change if you were designing this project. And all in, that's it. Thank you guys for making it this far into the video and watching this project. I very much appreciate the love and support I've been getting on this YouTube channel. We're about to hit 700 subscribers by the end of the week, which is pretty phenomenal. And make sure you go check out the new Oasis Planet pack. I'm sure it can help anybody in design, new or advanced, maybe not advanced. If you know what to do, you don't need to support me, I guess. But yeah, just to support the channel, check out those links in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. When that is, I don't know. Peace.